Hello, let us start Schrodinger time dependent wave equation. In previous video, we have learnt about Schrodinger time independent wave equation. What we have proved in previous video, this is del square psi plus 2m upon h cut square E minus V psi is equal to 0. This is called Schrodinger time independent wave equation, and this we have proved in previous video. The description of that video is given in this video also. You may find link. Okay, but here we have to now solve, that is, we have to derive Schrodinger time dependent wave equation. So for that we will consider psi again in that format is equal to psi is equal to psi naught e power minus I omega t. Yes, we know this depends on position vector r and time t, whereas this depends on only position vector. Now we will differentiate it. After differentiating, since this depends on only position vector r, so this will treat it as constant, and after we will, yes, exactly according to d by dx of a power minus ax, this will be minus I omega and exponential factor minus I omega t. Okay, now we will use omega is equal to 2 pi mu and E is equal to h mu, since mu is equal to E by h, and this, as we know, h cut h upon 2 pi, we can write E upon h cut. So we will use this omega in this equation. So come to put this one, deva psi upon deva t is equal to psi naught minus I E upon h cut. Yes, clearly this will become psi again, so we will write here psi only. Now for this we will find out the value of E psi. Find out E psi. E psi is what? Minus h cut upon I deva psi upon deva t. Since we know I square is minus 1, so we can put minus I square, instead of minus 1 we can put I square, so this will be I square h cut deva psi upon deva t upon I cancel out, so we can write I h cut deva psi upon deva t. So this is what we have obtained value of E psi. Okay, now after finding this E psi, we will use Schrodinger independent wave equation. and we will put the value of a psi there. So again we will use that one. We know that del square psi plus 2m upon h cut square e minus v psi is equal to 0. This is Schrodinger time independent wave equation. We have proved it. So now del square psi plus 2m upon h cut square, we can write this as e psi minus v psi is equal to 0. Yes, we have found out just e psi I h cut deva psi by deva t, just we will put here. So del square psi is equal to, we can shift here also, minus 2m upon h cut square, and e psi, that was I h cut deva psi upon deva t minus v psi. So now let's shift here, h cut square upon 2m del square psi is equal to I h cut deva psi upon deva t minus v psi, and we can shift this one. So minus h cut square upon 2m del square psi plus v psi is equal to I h cut deva psi upon deva t. Yes, more convenient. Del square plus v psi is equal to I h cut deva psi upon deva t, and this is what is called Hamiltonian operator. Yes, so we write as h psi is equal to e psi, because we know E is what? E psi I h cut deva psi upon deva t. Just we have shown here. Yes, you may see very clearly. This is psi we have used here. Now this equation is called Schrodinger time dependent wave equation. So this is okay. Thank you.